Oh, well, Pancake's not here, now it's gonna be delayed again.
Is it?
I can still hear you, moron!
Then speak up!
Oh, wow. Shot feed these oral cans.
Please keep that in the video, that was too good.
No.
Yes.
I think that's what makes this my favorite one we've done so far, just because of the rage moments and the funny moments. Like, the whole sponsor thing as a running gag was really funny, and I don't think you did a sponsor for this video, so to end this episode off, why don't you give us our final sponsor?
Alright, so, yeah, the final sponsor for the series, big shout out to you, is the James Rose, where he just does stuff on his own channel. And he paid for everything we do here. He's even paying for my capture card and my college degree.
What? That's not in the contract!
Hello everybody and welcome back to G8RStreams, and it's been a long time since we played Random Number Gaming, so this is going to be really fun because my collection of games has increased pretty exponentially since last time. Like, I was going through the code to set up Random Number Gaming, and the list that we had before was 170 games, and now we're at 250. So that's going to be pretty fun. So, without further ado, let's get into the stream. So, once I get everything set up... Haha, now you can see this OBS settings. So, I'll go over here and run the code. And the numbers this time around are going to be 24, 245, and 117. So, I'm just going to write these down real quick. So, while I do that, I'm going to explain how Random Number Gaming works for those of you who've never seen one of these before. So basically how this works is that we'll be playing through 3 games that are randomly generated, and the games that are randomly picked are what we'll be playing for 20 minutes each. So this lineup is going to be what we'll be playing for the first hour of the stream. We're not going to be going too far into today's stream though, because I do have a recording session later today, so that's going to be pretty fun. So, let's get the games. And we'll go over here. Number 24 is... Yay! Katamari Damashi. So I'm just gonna make a note for that. I think 245 is a PC game, so that's gonna be pretty interesting indeed. We're gonna scroll down here. 245. Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories. I really hope that one works because my PS2 sometimes has trouble loading games and things like that. So hopefully this will work. Chain of Memories, and 117 is going to be... The Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks. Alright, so this is going to be our lineup for the first hour of the stream. That's going to be pretty amusing indeed. Alright, so we'll be going back into intermission real quick so that I can get everything set up. So, stick around for more slightly above average commentary. Just slightly. Alright, I apologize. It's going to be a few more minutes. So stick around. We will be playing games pretty soon. So yeah, I apologize. It's going to take a little bit. It's going to take a few more minutes longer than expected. Alright, let's get started. I'm very, very sorry about that. Long story short, DoorDash people always have a hard time finding my place. But that's not important now, because the important part right now is that we get to play some video games. Yay! Da, na, 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 na. The TV is too loud. Alrighty then. Sorry about Alright. Sorry about that. Like I said, the DoorDash person was having a hard time finding the place. So that's always a fun time. They always have trouble finding my place because my apartment's in a bit of a weird location, admittedly. So I don't blame them for having a hard time finding it. But anyway, enough about DoorDash stuff. What the... Whoops. Had the game audio going through my computer, which isn't exactly good for not having it be an echoing effect. But anyway, And it's on my TV. Okay, I'm like super confused right now because my TV... Where's that noise coming from? Is it just that loud? I think the game's just that loud. I might need to turn it down a little bit. Yeah, Katamari Damacy is a pretty loud game, so I'm going to turn the volume down just a little bit more than usual. But anyway, enough about all that, because now we can finally get into the game. Half an hour into the stream. I'm a professional. Alright, so as we get into the game, let's just watch this glorious intro. My first reaction when I saw that was, this is going to be the most Japanese game that I'll ever play in my life, and I already love it. So, Katamari Damacy, this is a game built around rolling stuff around and taking over the world. So, we're going to start off nice and easy with star number 1. And I apologize if you hear the background noise. My neighbors are playing music pretty loudly, so that's unfortunate. Pikmin Enabler says you don't hear any music. That's a little weird. Maybe turn it up just a little bit more. Hopefully that'll be better. Alright, so I can't really check the sound bouncing in the middle of streams. So that's a little on the unfortunate side. So also, hello James Rose and Pikmin Manipulator, thank you for joining us today. Hope you're having a nice day. Hope you're taking over the world. Hope you're eating lots and lots of cookies, because cookies are always yummy. Alright, so it is... what time is it right now? It's 5:53 right now, so I'm going to set a timer for myself. Alright, so we'll be playing for about 20 minutes, and then we'll be moving on to Kingdom Hearts Re-Chain Memories. That one, if we can't get that one to work, like if I can't get my PlayStation 2 to actually load the game or anything like that, then we'll be playing the other one on the list. What was the other one again? I don't remember right now, but what I do know is that my neighbors are playing the music really loudly, and I really hope that doesn't pick up on the microphone, because I can't exactly control that. They usually play their music around this time, so I probably should have chosen a better point to start off the stream. But anyway, that's not important right now. The point of Katamari Damacy is that you'll be starting off with a Katamari ball thingy, and you'll be using that to roll up objects you see in the world, and then you'll be using that to make a new star. Now, I gotta say, the controls are something that's definitely something to get used to. Like, I remember the Talker Artist was kind of struggling with them during her Demo Sunday video for this game. But the thing is, don't let the controls put you off. It's something that you definitely can get used to. Like, I remember I was having a hard time with them on my first playthrough, but I honestly gotta say, I absolutely love this game. It's just so weird and out there, but it's just really satisfying in a way as well. It's not too difficult or anything like that, except for some of the Zodiac levels, which, let me just say, those ones can be pretty frustrating, to say the least. But this is still a pretty fun game, so I definitely recommend this for anybody out there looking for a new Switch game to play. And I got mine for like $20, which is pretty nice. I remember I was getting this game at Best Buy. Like, I'd been holding off on it for a while because it was always kind of expensive, but I found it for like $20 at Best Buy. And when I was there, the guy behind the counter was like, "Yes, we've corrupted another person into Katamari." That's pretty amusing. So we continue on over this way and get some more of these thingies. Yeah, that's something you gotta worry about, is that there are gonna be some animals across these levels. They can knock your Katamari around, so you gotta be careful about that. And something interesting about the Katamari itself is that on a programming level, how they did the Katamari, because keep in mind they did have to make this game with PlayStation 2 limitations in mind. The way they pulled off making the Katamari is that the game only remembers the top layer of the Katamari itself. So as we work across this stuff, everything that we got earlier in the Katamari, it's no longer in the memory right now, because the only thing that it really needs to display is the top layer. And the reason why it needs to do that is because, first of all, it needs to be able to see what's on the top layer of the Katamari, but it also makes it so that... Oh, there's a little TV right there, that's cute. But it also needs to do that because you can actually get stuff to get knocked off the Katamari itself as well. So it's probably a good idea to make sure that the game can remember what's on the top layer, so it can remember what stuff is supposed to fall off. One thing you definitely want to remember is that you want to be careful rolling up stuff that are like really long and thin, because that can make controlling the Katamari itself just a little bit hard. One thing you have to remember when playing this game is that you're not actually controlling the Katamari itself, you're controlling the prince, and he's moving the Katamari around. And your thumbsticks are basically like acting as the thumbs. Like right now, as I'm turning right, I'm moving up on the left thumbstick and down on the right thumbstick, because that's how you'd move stuff around when you're actually moving stuff. So yeah, that's something you want to keep in mind if you're having trouble with controls, is to remember that you're controlling the prince and not the Katamari itself. And we've run out of time. Time's up, SpongeBob. Royal Rainbow! Pick Manipulator says, you must be in the Pacific time zone. That is correct. I am a dirty West Coaster. I played the demo for this game. The controls confused the heck out of me at first. So it wouldn't be so bad if they gave you a tutorial. Yeah, that would be nice. The first level really is made to be like a tutorial, but this game's never too complicated to the point where you just can't ever play it or anything like that. Like, there are definitely some objectives later. Like, I believe there's a Zodiac where you can only pick up certain things. Like, there's this one that I've been struggling with for a bit on this playthrough, where it's a Zodiac for getting a cow, and if you pick up a single cow, then the Katamari is just done, and it's not exactly the most pleasant thing in the world. What can I do next? I want to be careful about which levels I pick next, because what am I trying to say? I want to be careful with which Zodiacs I'm picking, because if I pick one that's too long, then we'll be going into overtime, and that'll eat into the next game, which is exactly the most pleasant thing in the world. Let's go with... Let's go with 3. The one thing that's really fun about this game is that the Katamaris can get absolutely massive. Now, unfortunately, we won't be able to see like the absolute massive city-destroying Katamaris in this video, because the time limits for those ones are like 10 minutes each. So that's definitely something better suited for like an actual proper Let's Play video, rather than a demonstration during random number gaming. Alright, so... Sound programs beauty, light, cosmos, big bang. Oh, this was a pretty fun level. Today you'll be rolling around the town. The Katamari should be, let's see, around a sweet 50 centimeters. We can believe in you for 9 minutes in Earth time. But any longer than that, and even the king of all cosmos can't be expected to wait. We look forward to a nice Katamari, loser prince. The king of the cosmos is kind of a jerk, to be honest. Alright then, so now we'll be rolling up all the toothbrushes and all that good stuff. So this level is a bit longer, a bit larger than the previous one. Go figure, considering that we're making giant objects and we skipped a level. That's a giant kitty cat. That was a giant kitty cat that knocked over my Katamari. It's not very nice at all. But yeah, one thing that I can advise to get you started on these levels is find a trail of easily pickable stuff and road cross stuff, because before you know it, your Katamari will get pretty big. So that's something that's pretty fun. Alright, so we're going over here, picking up the cherries. Yay, we're moving stuff. Woo! Animals, like I mentioned before, they can knock over your Katamari. You can eventually pick them up if your Katamari is big enough. Just be careful, because if your Katamari isn't big enough, then your Katamari will get knocked around a lot. So, yeah, be careful about that. And hello, Commander Cool, you're playing Super Mario 3D All-Stars, and you're getting a shout-out in the middle of the stream. Ain't that fun? Probably should have remembered to turn off that notification before actually doing stuff. So, we'll be going over this way now. And there's a giant kitty cat! Aww. Oh, the kitty's looking at the hamster! Oh, it's a cute detail I never noticed before. It's so cute. Right, so let's go over here. There's looks like there's some pretty good stuff over here we can take over. I'm a little surprised that we were able to pick that one up. But hey, this is right here is what I was mentioning earlier, is that try not to pick up long and thin objects like these giant stick things. I think they're supposed to be like fireworks. I don't know, I've never really played with fireworks that much. Like, I did play with those sparklers when I was a kid, and actually what I'm talking about, I still play with them. Can you get off the thing? There we go. Haha, now we can go over this way. So one thing that I want to say is that this is a game that I could see myself let's playing at some point. I don't know when though, because as much as I like this game, the thing about it though is that there are other games that are kind of a bit of a higher priority when it comes to deciding what I want to let's play in the future. So this is definitely something that I would like to do someday. I don't know when it could happen though. And the thing that I'm honestly a little bit worried about is, of course, those Zodiac levels, because they can be pretty difficult. Yeah, it's just something that I would like to do at some point. Let me know in the comments. Would you like to see a Let's Play of Katamari Damacy? Can't promise anything right now, but it's something that I would like to think about. There's a bunch of arrows over here. Alright, let's pick all these up. Come on. There we go. Alrighty then. I know the developer of this game. I don't remember the name off the top of my head, but I remember the developer. I was on a digital gaming video. They're talking about how they don't really particularly care that much about the fact that they're making a bunch of sequels to this game. I don't know when the last sequel was, but I could totally understand his mindset, because the Katamari Damacy was made because the developer was kind of getting sick of seeing a bunch of sequels everywhere in the industry, because the thing with sequels is that when a big game developer makes a sequel, that's taking resources away from the possibility of making something entirely new. And the thing with sequels is that they're also like a safe option. Like Nintendo, for example, they're more likely to greenlight a new 3D Mario game as opposed to a 3D platformer of something completely different, because Mario already has that well-established fan base, so that's why they make Mario sequels all the time. So I can totally understand the developer not being too happy that they're continuing the series. If I ever make a game, hint hint, nudge nudge, if I ever make a game or anything like that, then I'm not entirely sure how I'd approach a sequel, because I'd want to see how well the first game does. Like, the thing is, I have a bunch of ideas for video games I definitely want to do someday. Going back to what I was saying a moment ago, is that the thing about making games is that if you make a sequel, then that's taking resources away from the possibility of making something new. Okay, we can exactly pick up that spoon, but if our Katamari is big enough right here, then something really funny is that you can actually pick up this chalk drawing. This is not possible at all, but it's amazing. We can pick up a chalk drawing. That's one thing that I absolutely love about this game, is that it's just really fun testing to see if something can be picked up by the Katamari, and it's always really fun when it actually does work. Like, I won't spoil too much, but there are levels later in the game where you're like literally destroying towns, and you're like, if my Katamari is big enough, can I actually just pick up that building? And it's just really satisfying when you see the answer. So yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is, play Katamari Damacy if you haven't already. This game's awesome. I've never actually played the other Katamari games before. I've heard they're pretty good too. It's just that I'm fairly new to the series. Like, I have watched Masayano's Let's Plays of these games. But, yay! The Katamari is as big as 58 teapots! Woo! That is quite exciting indeed. So yeah, let's go this way, assuming we can move the Katamari up. Yes, we can. Alright, so I don't think we'll be able to pick up the cats, but what we can do is we can at least pick up the RC car. Let's go up here now, because now there's a bunch of stuff over here that we can go do. If you're wondering how I'm able to go like this, you do that by clicking down on both thumbsticks, so that's pretty amusing. I know these games don't really have that big of a connection with Nintendo consoles. I believe the first two games were PlayStation 2 exclusives for the longest time. I don't know if this is the first Katamari game to be on a Nintendo console. It might be. Most third-party games like that, I usually don't really play them that much unless they're on a Nintendo console. And during the Wii and Wii U era, it was kind of rare to see a high-quality third-party game on the system that wasn't exclusive. Alright, let's go over here. And you know what? Then the thing about that is that not only was that rare, but when it did happen, it seemed like with the first game they made, they actually do try. But then if they make a sequel or anything like that for the same console, it just seems like they just kind of give up on making it unique or anything like that. Like, if you want an example of this, I actually have two examples. So for the Wii era, they had Tomb Raider Anniversary, and I strongly consider the Wii version to be the definitive version of that game, because I really like how they used the motion controls in that game. But then Tomb Raider Underworld is basically just a PlayStation 2 version of that game with some Wii features tacked on, and the Wii features didn't really feel that special, at least compared to the ones on Anniversary. Because a lot of the Wii exclusive puzzles can literally be beaten in less than a second. I literally timed it when I was doing the Let's Play. A lot of those could be beaten in less than a second. So, yeah, and for a slightly more recent example, we also have the Batman Arkham games on Wii U. Batman Arkham City, that was awesome. That honestly has some of the best gamepad integration I've ever seen from a third-party game. So it was really cool playing through that. Now, it did have some frame rate issues here and there, but it was still a really fun game. But then Batman Arkham Origins on Wii U, it's still a fantastic game, don't get me wrong. It's just that they kind of scaled back the Wii U version quite a bit. That version doesn't have any of the multiplayer modes or the DLC or anything like that. It still has the base game. The base game is still pretty great. It's just that they kind of didn't put in the effort they probably could have. And that's my giant tangent about third-party games and things like that. We have 5 minutes left on this game, so I don't know how many more levels we can play. Let's create a star. Pick Manipulator says, does this game have the option to play without a time limit? Unfortunately, no. At least as far as I know. It might be a feature you can unlock at some point. I don't think that there is one, though. But the upside, though, is that a lot of these later levels, they have really long time limits, so you can play a little bit longer. And just make a massive Katamari and things like that. I think when they were making this game, the director was very insistent that he didn't want a time limit on these levels, but they kind of pressured him into that direction by saying that if they didn't have a time limit, then the missions wouldn't really have that much of an ending or anything like that, or something. I don't know the full story about that. But... You also say, watch out, hamster. Oh, I feel it. I feel the cosmos. Alrighty then, moving on to this level. Okay, this time limit is 7 minutes, so we're going to be going into a little bit of overtime for Katamari, so I hope you guys are okay with some more Katamari goodness. Alright, so we'll continue on over here, and I do apologize if you hear my neighbor's music. They're playing it kind of loud. So we'll go over here and... Oh, they're cute little froggies! Frogs are adorable! What do frog legs taste like? I know some places sell frog legs, and I've heard some people say they taste like chicken. I don't know if I'd want to eat a frog leg, though. I do know that there is one thing you can do with a frog leg, is that if you're like... Okay, this is going to sound incredibly morbid, but when you're cooking a frog, sometimes, if it's like a freshly made frog or anything like that, you can salt the frog leg, and it'll actually start dancing for a bit. So, yeah, it's amusing, but I kind of don't like looking at it because it's just kind of freaky looking. But enough about that, because frogs are adorable. Okay, we want to avoid those things for now, but we'll be able to come back to those eventually. Alright, so we'll continue on over here. So, I was just thinking about this, so I think what I might do for this next game, because I already have the Wii U and Switch just set up next to each other, I think what I might do is I might start Spirit Tracks first, and then we'll play Kingdom Hearts, because the thing with that is that my PS2 is connected to another TV, and that might be a little bit harder to set up. So, because we already have the Wii U right here, I think I might play Spirit Tracks next, so that the gap between games won't be too long. Ooh, the Katamari is as big as 45 mandarin pieces. Mandarins are yummy. The thing with fruit like that, with like mandarins and oranges and things like that, they're really, really good, but I get the worst acid reflux whenever I eat those things. So I don't eat them as often as I should, but they also give really bad acid reflux, and yeah, it's not exactly the most pleasant experience in the world. But that being said, I prefer oranges and stuff to apples, because apples are good and all, but you can't eat the entire thing because there's the apple core, and yeah. So we'll continue on over here. Did we get everything that we can get under the table? I think we did, okay. Well, there's still a bunch of stuff over there, but we can't exactly pick them up right now because the Katamari is now too big. That's definitely one thing you'll want to keep in mind whenever you're going through these areas, is that whenever you're moving the Katamari around, you gotta be careful, because if it's too big, then you won't be able to go into certain tight spaces where you can get some more stuff. Thankfully, though, whenever you're in one of those areas, you're never really going to be at a point where you can't get out of there. Did we pick up those cards? Oh, we did! We can pick up the cards now! Yay! We're destroying the House of Cards. Oh, shall fear me! Why can't I pick up those ones? Yeah, man. There we go. Haha. I am a determined gator. The way I said that made me think of the Lonely Goomba song. I'm a lonely Goomba, stuck between two pipes. Well, guess I'll keep on gaming for the rest of my life. But anyway, yeah, we can actually go outside now, so that's something that's pretty amusing. That's one thing that's really fun about this game. I feel like I'm saying that a lot, but that's another thing that's really fun about this game, is that you can explore for a bit, and then you can see, like, oh, hello, pumpkin. You're playing Animal Crossing. That's pretty fun. But yeah, you can go into these levels and you'll see, oh, I can actually explore that area over there that I didn't think I could get to before. That's pretty amusing. And now the Katamari is as big as 355 things of candy. Yeah! So let's go over this way. There's like a bunch of stuff over here, and if you ever want an idea of just how big your Katamari is, look at the print in comparison to the size of the Katamari itself, because that really goes and shows you just how big your Katamari is getting. Like, it's just really funny, especially on the giant levels where you're like rolling up towns and things like that, and it's just really amusing. We got some Christmas ornaments right there, and we also picked up a bird. Yeah, we now have a bird in the Katamari. Go with the thing. There we go. So we'll go this way now. And we'll go over here, and that's going to be pretty cool. So if you ever want more Katamari Damacy goodness, then one thing I would definitely say is that, even though this video actually won't be out for a few months, but we will be playing Katamari Damacy Reroll during the 12 Days of Gaming this year. So that's something that's also going to be pretty amusing. If you don't know what the 12 Days of Gaming is, basically that's a series that I do during the holidays where I play 12 random games and kind of play them in a Let's Play format. To just kind of test the waters to see what could potentially work as future Let's Plays, or just games that I would like to cover someday, or just games that I want to make videos for, but they don't really work in a Let's Play format. So, yeah, that's something that's going to be pretty fun. Although this year is going to be pretty special because it's actually going to be 13 games rather than just 12, but the 13th one is going to be a mystery. If anybody can guess it, then I'm going to give you like the highest of fives. You get the biggest high five in the world. Can we go up here? We can. That's pretty fun. I highly doubt anybody will actually be able to guess what that 13th game is going to be. But it'll be amusing to see if anybody can actually get it right. And of course, that's going to make the video outdated now, because if anybody watches this after the 12 Days of Gaming 2020, then they would have already known what the game is. That's pretty fun. Alright, so another thing that I'd like to mention real quick is if the commentary is a little distinct compared to the video itself, I do apologize for that. Again, I can't really check the sound balancing during these streams. So I do apologize for that. Time's up, SpongeBob. Royal Rainbow! Haha. And my laptop is almost dead, so I gotta plug it in. No! We don't want a repeat of the Super Luigi Galaxy stream. Alright, so we got a 34 centimeter Katamari. That's pretty amusing. Now we'll make this one Stardust because it's a little bit smaller than the previous one. Stardust! Yay! Alright, so now that we've taken care of all that, we're going to stream off right here. I'm just kidding. We're going to switch over to The Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks, so I'll see you in a moment. It won't take too long to set up, I just need to plug in a couple other video game thingies. See you in a moment. So I bet this is a side a lot of you haven't seen in a while. I gotta say, it's kind of been nice playing the Wii U again lately, because I've been playing through Batman Arkham Origins, as well as doing practice playthroughs of a few games I'm planning on us playing soon. I missed the Wii U, honestly. This console definitely did have its problems. Like, I won't deny that. It definitely was a very problematic video game console. But I just loved what the Wii U did. It had so many good games, most of which obviously can be played on Switch nowadays. But it had so many good games, and it was just all around a really fun console. Bookman Player says, you can't hear my neighbor's music. That's a relief. I'm always nervous whenever I hear background noise, if other people can hear it too and things like that. But anyway, setting up my timer. I'll start the timer when we get into the game and things like that. Oh, goody. We're at this point. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay. Starting the timer now. Okay, I'm gonna switch the screen real quick. I usually have it set to the other side, because... Why do I have it set like that? I don't know. But anyway, now it's going to be boss time. We're in the Snow Palace dungeon thing. I accidentally clicked that button. That's unfortunate. Froz, master of icy fire! Alright, so I gotta say, I really do not like this boss fight. This is like my least favorite boss fight in the entire game, and I'm a little bit bummed, admittedly, that this is the one we're replaying. So basically the idea behind this one is that we'll be using the boomerang to move the fire and the ice and things like that, so we can destroy them and go to blood. Alright, so that one's gonna be fire. Let's do that. Wrong one. Ah! And now we gotta keep track of which one is which. That is fire. Oh my goodness gracious with gravy. Come on, come on. Yeah. Owie, I burned myself. I'm a pyromaniac, but I don't want to burn myself. Ah, no. I keep accidentally pushing the shoulder buttons on the gamepad, and that brings up the Virtual Console menu. Not exactly a pleasant sight at all. But anyway, now we want to go over this way. We want to be careful of this jerk. And because the torches are now gone, we gotta get out of the way. But now we can use that and literally fight fire with ice. Or vice versa. Whatever. So the thing about Spirit Tracks is that this game usually has really good boss fights. I just don't really care that much for this one, so I'm admittedly a little bit bummed that this is the one we'll be showcasing during Random Number Gaming. That's what I get for criticizing the game! Get away from me! Come on! Die. You're not dead yet! Why aren't you dead yet? Virtual Console menu, go away! I have it resting on my lap, and I'm sitting with my legs crisscrossed and things like that. So, owie! Hey, remember that time that I said I didn't like this boss fight? Aha! Ah! You made another one! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Why are you so mean? Okay. Nope, never mind. Okay. Come on, come on. Yeah! Alright, you're almost destroyed. You're almost destroyed. We can do this. We can do this, we can do this, we can help the Cinderella. Ah, no. It just kind of seems like the ice one is the one I usually struggle with. Alright, get away from me. Okay. Okay, you're still using the fire. Come on, come on, come on. Why aren't you becoming ice? You're continuously firing fire, but you're not firing any ice. That's not very pleasant at all. There we go. Goodness gracious. Okay. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Die, 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 die. You're still not dead. Die, you twerp. I swear, we're gonna spend like the entire 20 minutes on just this one boss fight. Come on, come on, come on! Oh my goodness. Okay, honestly, in hindsight, I probably should have just started from the very beginning of the game, because I really, really hate this thing. Again, Spirit Tracks usually has really good boss fights, but this is just like the odd one out. Come on! Yes! Yeah! Yeah! Who's the man, huh? Who's the man? Big Manipulator says, I still have my Wii U too. It's a temple of the Ocean King. Boo, it's when Rova did the icy fire thing first. But yeah, like I said, Spirit Tracks usually has really great boss fights. I stand by this game having some of the best in the series, except for this one. And I dropped my stylus. And now you get to hear my squeaky chair. Squeaky chair, squeaky chair, does whatever a squeaky chair does. Can it swing from a web? No, I can't, cause it's a chair. Look out, it's a squeaky chair. Okay, I'm gonna switch the screens real quick. And go like that, so we can have a more fancy camera thing. One thing that I'll say about the DS on Wii U, I like the idea of playing the DS games on here because it finally offered a solution to play DS games on a TV. But I really wish that they had more options on moving the screens around. Like, I really wish that you can manually move around the DS screens. And I wish that there were some more options on, like, the screen filters and things like that. And I really wish that they had more on the Virtual Console. I understand why they didn't do it, because they were already pretty far into the DS's life. Into the Wii U's life, excuse me. So yeah, that's probably... basically what I'm trying to say is that if they had released the DS Virtual Console earlier in the Wii U life, we would have definitely gotten more games. And now we got a Heart Container! Yay! Great job, Link! Let's go back to the Tower of the Spirits and tell Engine what we did. So yeah, for those of you who don't know, Zelda is dead in this game. Do you want to take the train? All aboard! We took the midnight train going anyway. Alright, so let's get out of here. Sound like Painted Garmin right there. So this right here, this is basically how the world exploration works in Spirit Tracks. Now, a lot of people were critical about this when the game first came out because you couldn't actually walk around this field yourself. You were very limited on where you can actually go because you were moving the train around. But honestly, to be completely honest, I didn't really care that much. I think the system still works out pretty well. Let's switch over to the left screen. Alright, let's go to that. But yeah, I think the system, it works pretty well for what this game was doing, because even with Phantom Hourglass, the game was very much segmented into smaller areas that were connected by an overworld. But I think by having it like this, it streamlined the exploration a bit more, because even though you are still fairly limited on where you can actually go and things like that, I think it works a bit better in this game's favor because of the way the towns work in this game. Like, for example, in Wind Waker, in that game, it's very much the same thing where, yeah, you do have your different islands and things like that, but they're very far apart from one another. With the train, it helps you prevent you from getting lost and things like that. It's kind of like a double-sided coin, if you will, where, yes, it is more nice that it's a bit more streamlined, but at the same time, it is also a bit limiting. I think this idea could definitely work in a better capacity if they tried this idea again. Like, if they made another Zelda game with the train mechanic in mind, then, yeah, they could definitely improve upon it. Oh, you know what? You know what would be awesome? First of all, you know what would not be awesome would be going directly into the path of a demon train thingy. Okay, so when you run into a situation like that, what I like doing is I go into a switch. Never mind. The demon train was going over that way, and never mind. But yeah, what I was just about to say was that, you know, it'd be really awesome if they made a Spirit Tracks style game for the Switch, and you had the option to move the Joy-Con downwards to blow the train whistle, and then you can feel the HD rumble of the whistle in the Joy-Con. Oh, that would be so cool. What would not be so cool is... Actually, we have time. We can make it. Come on, come on, come on. We can do this, we can do this, we can do this, we can do this. Go, 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 go. Demon train shall not stop us today, except it will, because it's a lot closer than I thought it would be! Ah! Get away from me, get away from me, Whew. We're all good. It's all good. We're safe. Don't need to worry about. Alright. I really like the demon trains in this game because they really do keep you on your toes for what would usually be a pretty simplistic mode of exploration. They definitely do keep you on your toes, and I do definitely appreciate that. So it looks like it's going to be smooth sailing from here, so let's read the stream chat while we continue onwards. Pikmin player says, Squeak. I thought Phantom Hourglass's navigation was the most annoying of the three games. I agree with you. I completely agree, because the thing with Phantom Hourglass is that when you play that game and you're trying to explore the world, yeah, it is cool that you have a bit more free reign on where you can go and things like that. But the thing with Phantom Hourglass is that when you try moving around, like if you change your mind on which way you want to go, you have to redraw the path, which is not very pleasant at all. Alright, so how much time do we have left on the segment? We have 8 minutes left on Spirit Tracks. Let's see how far we can get into the Temple of Spirits. This is another mechanic that also kind of returns from Phantom Hourglass, because the DS Zelda games were kind of notorious because they were built around the idea of one central dungeon that you returned to as the game went on. Because even though there are traditional dungeons in this game, there's also the Tower of the Spirits, which you return to from time to time. Yeah, we do come back here a lot. But the thing about this, and what makes it a million times better than Phantom Hourglass, is the fact that you don't have to redo the same puzzles over and over again. And I'll be demonstrating what I mean by this in a moment. Also, I gotta say, I absolutely love this art style. It continues the cel-shaded look of Wind Waker, but it also works really well for the DS because the DS, while it could do 3D graphics, it didn't do them too well. It was really a case on a game-by-game basis on whether or not the 3D models looked good or not. Spirit Tracks definitely does look good. Like, if you want an example, let's switch over to this screen again. And just look at this. The way this game plays with the two screens, it just looks so cool. Now, obviously, you don't get the same magical feeling that you get whenever you're playing on an actual DS, but like it's just so good. Let's switch over the screen again. I'm not left-handed. I just like having it on this more because I'm weird.
Wow, it's awfully dark in here. I can't see a thing, Link. A place this creepy might even have ghosts floating around. Wait, I'm a ghost. You're not scared of me, right? I am. Don't say that. This is only a temporary thing. I wasn't like this before. Just try your best to keep us out of the dark, okay, Link?
Alright then, so what you want to do is you want to be super careful. We want to go across this area and basically use the torches to light up the area so we can achieve our destiny and things like that. We'll go over there and is there another is it not gonna let me do the thing? There we go. Haha. So yeah, we definitely want to be careful in this area because, like Zelda was saying a moment ago, there are ghosts in this area, and ghosts have a tendency to be scary. The nice thing about this place is that the torches stay lit. Like, they don't disappear after a while, which I gotta say, that would have been super annoying if that was the case. To defeat the ghosts in this area, what you want to do is that you want to light up the area, and then when that happens, when the ghosts are in the light itself, then you'll be able to... I'm trying to say. When the ghosts are in the light, you can attack them, basically what I'm trying to say. Now, this right here, this is really funny. Something's written here, but it's too dark to read it. Somebody would have had to have programmed an if statement to make that work, to check if this area is lit or not, so you can read this. Now, obviously, I don't particularly care that much about the actual sign to, like, really read it or anything like that. I don't think it really has that much useful advice or anyway. Can you please light the thing? There we go. One thing that's also really fun about this game is that I honestly have to say this is my favorite version of the boomerang in any Zelda game ever, because
look, Link, that phantom has a light.
This is my favorite version of the boomerang because you can draw exactly where you want the boomerang to go. It's just so fast and fluid. It's just really fun to play. It's just really fun to control. The one thing you do have to remember, though, is when you're using the item, you want to let go of the stylus screen and not the L button. Because if you let go of the L button, then Link puts the boomerang away, which isn't exactly the most pleasant thing in the world. Get away from me. Alright, let's go over here. Activate that, and go over this way. There's something in the stream chat, so we're gonna look at that real quick. Pick Manipulator says, lol, Link is scared of ghosts, says Zelda, even though he knows exactly what happened to her. Alright, let's go over here. Is there anything important that happens if I light up this one? Because our torches are literally right next to the next one. Ah, I see. That's pretty fancy indeed. This diamond floor area thing, this is a safe zone. So that jerk! That jerk can't hurt us as long as we're inside this area! I completely forgot that I had to get the special spirit thingies before I can attack those guys. I completely forgot about that, and now I've paid the ultimate price. So we're going over this way instead. We want to remember to light up the torches. Alright, there we go. Is there anything over here we need the bomb for? Honestly, don't remember that much about this area. It's been a while since I've made it to this point in Spirit Tracks. But we can go up here and we can pick up the first tier of light. Oh yeah. It's shiny and I like shiny. So let's go over this way now. Let's be careful so we don't run into those jerks. I remember when I was playing through this first time as a kid, I was so impatient with moving the torches around that I was like so impatient about that I just didn't bother and just wandered around the dark like this a lot. There's one more thing we can find. Let's go over here. Nah, we have to do something else first. Alright, let's go over this way instead. Okie dokie. Trying to remember exactly where I want to go. Get away from me. Right. Yee. Okay, that one's lit up now. Now, what do I do next? That's the $3 question of the day. What to do next? What to do next? I think I need to find another door or something like that. Or go this way. Ah! Ah! Get away from me! Phew. It's okay. It's all good. We're safe. Don't worry. Can you go away, please? There's nothing to see here. Nothing to... He's stuck on the wall. That's funny. Alright then. We'll go over this way now. One thing you want to be careful with is you definitely don't want to make too much noise in this area. He's still walking in the wall. Ah! Note to self, if you ever find yourself walking in a wall, then walk inside one of these safe square things. Alright. I'm kind of lost. Oh, I think I remember. I think I remember what to do. I'm using my brain and I'm thinking of stuff. Because that's what you use brains for. So we go over this way. Owie! That hurt. That hurt my feeling, bomb. Did you care that you blew up on my head? I don't think you do. And that hurts my feelings. Can we pick up the bomb in the room? Ah, that doesn't work. Okay. We'll try this a second time. Because we don't learn from our lessons. Go 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 go. That didn't work. Okay, I know there's something I can do over here. Ah, there's another torch down here. Aha! I fell. Alright, is there anything in the stream chat? Big Nibbler says, you stand corrected. Sorry if I don't read the stream chat too much. What does the sign say? Blow out the lonely torch in the corner of this floor where the phantoms tread. Okay. Blow out the lonely torch in the corner of this floor with the phantoms. Okie dokie. Alright then, so let's. How do I? Okay, there we go. Okay, this is gonna be really fun because the thing about the microphone controls in this game is that they don't work that well on the virtual console version. The microphone wasn't optimized properly with the gamepad microphone. It's still kind of working as if this is a. It's still working as if this is working out the DS microphone. It doesn't work. Alright, so I'll put a bomb right here. And I'll draw a smiley right here. Aw, it's a smiley face. That's one thing I really love doing in this game is I love making silly little drawings like that. They're always so fun. And then we blew that up, and now we can go inside here and... Oh! You got a tear of light. Now that you have all the tears of light, your sword is full of energy. Now you can attack a phantom by hitting him in the back. Man, Shulk would have a field day with these things. Backslash! My sisters like to tease me about that by jokingly saying that he's secretly saying back scratch. And now, attack!
Yay, I'm a torch phantom! So I've got this great sword to light the way! Now there's no need to worry about the dark. Come on, Link, we have to move.
So, in case anybody wonders where Zelda's new down special comes from, it comes from this game of all things. So, yeah, in Super Smash Bros. 4, they gave Zelda the ability to summon a phantom. Yeah, that's pretty nice. I also do say, I do kind of miss the days when Zelda could turn to Sheikah during combat in Smash, but I think they replaced Zelda's down special with something really, really cool. I really love the Phantom attack. I will say, I'm not that big of a fan of how they changed Sheik, on the other hand. I don't think Sheik's new down special is really that good or anything like that, but Sheik is still a really good character in Smash. She's not one of my mains, but Zelda definitely is my main in Smash. She's been my main since Brawl. And that's pretty fun. So, what to do next? So, we can have Zelda attack these torches. And that'll open up the pathway towards our destiny. We are way over time. Wow. So that's going to be where we'll call it quits for The Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks. We'll create a restore point, so that next time I play through this game, we can do stuff. But before we do that, let's do one more thing. I draw a Pokeball. Why did I laugh so hard that was not funny? Alright, we'll close the software, and it's going to take a bit to set up Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I think we're actually gonna just re-roll for this next game because I'm having a hard time with my PS2 right now. So sorry about that. No Kingdom Hearts today. Hopefully, if another PlayStation game shows up on today's stream, I can figure out what's going on with that. But let's do that. And let's switch over to the PC. Switch over there. And now we'll go over here and roll number, please. $12.70 and it rolled 12 twice. It really wants us to play whatever 12 is. Well, that's convenient because we only played 2 games in the last one, so this will help balance things out just a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to make a note for myself to save Chain of Memories for another day. Maybe that could be the first one we play next time we play. I don't know if we'll get around to that one, though. So the numbers are 12 and 70. Let's switch over here. Alright. Number 12. We played that one already, so... Should I play? It's Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, which I'll never say no to. But we've already played that one on Random Number Gaming, so yeah, we'll re-roll for that one. Unless you guys want me to play that one, I can play it again if you all want. And number 70 is Splatoon. We've already played both of these on Random Number Gaming. I'm re-rolling this entire thing. Alright. Sorry about that. So number 4. Number 4 is Xenoblade Chronicles. Woo! Alright. Alright, so we'll play Xenoblade in a moment. I apologize if you hear crying baby in the background. My baby niece is being a little loud right now. Alright, let's go into intermission for a moment while I get this all set up. Alright, so I apologize for ending it early, but I think we're actually gonna just call it quits for the stream today, because baby niece is quieted down, but now there's a bunch of other background noise going on right now, like I said, there was a problem with the setup with the PS2, and that's also kind of going on with my Nintendo 64 and Wii. And the last couple times I tried re-rolling, that's all that came up. So we're gonna continue Random Number Gaming another day. I'm gonna put Xenoblade Chronicles as the top list for playing next time, as well as Kingdom Hearts Reach and Memories. So I'm gonna work on getting my setup figured out a bit better so that I can play all this without having to worry about that. So I do apologize for having to end the stream off today a little bit early. Alright, so thank you all so much for watching today's Gator stream. Stay tuned to the channel for Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild as well as Power 2 Ripto's Rage. And stay tuned for the collab channel because we've announced some exciting new things on there as well. We'll be playing more Luigi's Mansion 2 Dark Moon Versus at some point, but tomorrow Pankarman and I will be starting off Super Mario Bros. Co-op, and within a couple of weeks, James and I will be playing through our first Co-Star series, Box Boy, and that's going to be pretty fun. So thank you all so much for watching today's Gear stream, and next time, leave the gear to you.